Most people believe that spiritual awakening is a singular occurrence, a flash of insight, a moment of truth. But if you've been through it even briefly, you know that's not how it works. Awakening does not occur entirely at once. It occurs in phases. And the most perplexing part, these phases do not have any indications. You don't receive a map. You don't get a voice telling you that you've entered stage 3. You simply wake up one day and something seems different. The same old routine now feels weighty. The folks around you don't sound alike. Your reactions do not reflect your thinking. You begin to rethink things you once believed in. And without even recognizing it, you've entered a new level of waking. But you're having trouble naming it. This is where most people get lost. This video serves as your mirror. You will hear 6 wholly unique, never-before-described phases of waking. And for one of them, something will click. Something will land. You'll feel as if I've put words to the weird, quiet change you've been struggling to grasp for months. No fluff, no repeated concepts, just real-world symptoms that indicate you where you are in your spiritual progress right now. And once you know your current stage, you may stop resisting it. You cease doubting yourself. You begin working with the process rather than against it. So let us begin, because at the conclusion of this film, you will not just be aware that you are awakening. You'll know just how far you've come. This is where it starts. Not with clarity or calm, but with devastation. The initial stage of waking does not feel like awakening at all. It feels as if something is wrong with you. Your senses quit acting abnormally. Food tastes differently. Sounds get louder. Even intense light feels harsher. You may shiver in crowds, avoid eye contact, or become unusually sensitive to synthetic scents. Despite this, your surroundings have remained unchanged. Yes, you have. This is the stage during which your nervous system is resetting its sensitivity. After years of dulling from programming, denial, and distraction, your body wakes up first and does not do so lightly. It makes you pay attention. It sharpens your awareness so fast that even a casual discussion may seem like too much information. You may believe you're experiencing anxiety or overstimulation, but what is actually occurring is that your filters are disintegrating. The unconscious shields that used to suppress your perception are shrinking, and your senses are finally learning how to survive in a world you've only known via training. This isn't craziness. It's time to recalibrate. The body is being challenged to feel things it has avoided for years, and your senses are changing. Nature, peaceful areas, or moments of seclusion can provide consolation on an hourly basis. That's precisely what you need. Not to escape from the world, but to rediscover how to feel it correctly. If you're here right now, don't strive to alleviate your agony. Let lead you. Your senses are not misleading you. They're bringing you back. You've always known who you are, at least in the manner that most people understand it. You've had a name, a position of reputation. You've developed preferences, rituals, and behaviors that make you feel predictable to yourself. But now you're forgetting who you're meant to be. You don't realize how you react to others. Your words feel off script. And in times of introspection, you ask yourself, why did I say that? Or do I even believe this anymore? Welcome to the identity interference stage. This is not a mental crisis. It's your soul interrupting the role you've been playing. You begin to see that much of your personality was created to be acceptable, not authentic. And now that your consciousness has grown, the inner system begins to short-circuit that old identity. You may be unmotivated to undertake activities you formerly enjoyed. You may notice that your attire, aspirations, and tone of speech all feel strange. You're not incorrect. It's simply not yours anymore. And this is when things become confused. Nothing outside has changed. Your job, your surroundings, your pals, they're still expecting the previous version of you. But internally, that version is already disappearing. You're not supposed to reinvent yourself here. This is not about creating a new picture. This is about learning how to live without performing. Speak from presence rather than persona. And it takes time. You'll feel lost. You'll feel like a blank canvas. And there is precisely where your next truth begins to emerge. If you are here, respect the fog. Do not force clarity. You are not supposed to know who you are right now, because your true self is making its way out. This is the moment at which you are aware that you are awakening, yet your entire body begins to reject it. You are constantly exhausted, yet you cannot sleep comfortably. You are inspired but unmotivated. You desire clarity, yet your mind keeps returning to old notions. You need stillness, yet your emotions are more intense than ever. It's irritating, but not a failure. This is the energetic resistance stage, which is more prevalent than most people realize. This is what's occurring. Your subconscious energy patterns are starting to crumble. All of the old attachments, mental pathways, and emotional loops that held your past identity in place are being disrupted by your growing consciousness. US. However, this is not done in a clean manner. It creates friction. Think of it as a frequency attempting to break through static. Your soul is communicating fresh instructions. Let go. Slow down. Come back to the truth. But your body is still programmed for survival, momentum, and repetition. This causes an internal push-pull, which manifests as exhaustion, mood fluctuations, impatience, or even unexpected physical symptoms that have no medical explanation. You are not malfunctioning. You are decompressing after years of unconscious effort. All of the mental muscle you've needed to keep it together is now being released. And your system isn't accustomed to that degree of energy. If you're here, tell yourself that this resistance is just temporary. The sound is that of energy density dissolving. You don't have to push through. You have to listen. Rest when you are tired. Contemplate when you're triggered. Respond more slowly than normal. This period is not about growth. It is about integration. You're not being blocked, but getting rewired. This stage does not declare itself. It moves in stealthily. You're going about your day, believing you've healed various aspects of yourself, only to have those same feelings resurface apparently out of nowhere. However, something is different this time. These feelings do not consume you. They no longer spiral you in the same way they did before. They appear like old friends, knocking softly rather than crashing in. This is the emotional echo stage. And it's not a regression. It is a refinement. You aren't moving backward. You're only meeting deeper levels of the same wound. You're mature enough to handle it now, so your soul brings it forth again in a lighter form to see how you would react from your current knowledge. You may weep unexpectedly. You may have a sudden surge of shame or sadness without understanding why. You may find yourself reliving events from your childhood or previous relationships, not because they still hurt in the same way, but because your body is reconciling with the experience. It's as if your nervous system is wandering down the last corridor of an ancient building, turning off the lights in each room as it leaves. This is a sacred procedure. Let the tears fall. Allow the tension in your chest to dissolve. These are not breakdowns, but closures. But here's the key. Don't hold on to the emotion and don't rush it away. Allow it to resonate through. Feel it without adding a tale. Because once spoken from present rather than grief, it fades. If you're at this point, you'll know. You will feel both sensitive and strong. Soft yet not fragile. You aren't breaking anymore. You are softening into truth. When the echoes fade, there is a stillness that seems earned at some time throughout your waking. You will no longer be pulled to anything that used to stimulate you. The music you like doesn't have the same impact. The talks you used to like seem superficial. Even browsing through social media is taxing. Not because you're bored, but because your spirit is beginning to drift away from what no longer holds true. This is not a period of solitude. It's a period of holy separation. You start to realize how much of your prior existence was based on external noise. The world advised you to be active, remain relevant, and constantly be visible. But your spirit is now telling you to be silent. Allow everything forced to fall away. And when stillness arrives, it does not come with instructions. It comes with room. An odd, unpleasant, quiet environment in which you're compelled to sit by oneself. This is where individuals mistake waking for depression. But here's the difference. Depression numbs you. Sacred separation reawakens you. It hones your inner voice. It focuses your concentration inside. You stop responding. You start observing. You come to realize that your effort was never linked to what you created, but who you are without the pressure to perform. You might sleep more. You could retreat from the world. You may discover tranquility in the most unexpected places, such as watering plants, resting in the sun, or simply remaining motionless. This is the soul realigning your neural system, allowing it to carry more light without burning out. And when you eventually stop battling this calm moment, you start to hear a whisper beneath it all, one that says, "You're not fading. You're reconstructing once the stillness has had its effect." A new standard of living begins to develop. Not louder or busier, but more mindful. You begin to move differently throughout your day. You're still alive, still working, still interacting, but now every move seems to be directed by something deeper. You no longer seek the next great thing. You no longer want affirmation. Even your goal seems different. It's no longer about proving. It's all about alignment. You do things because they feel right, not to make yourself appear good. This is the stage of conscious participation. This does not imply that your life becomes faultless. Rather, it becomes deliberate. You catch yourself before reacting. Before making a large commitment, you pause. You recognize your body's messages before dismissing them. There's a tenderness to your movement across space. Your listening style is more in-depth. There is intelligence behind the way you talk. Not rehearsed, not too loud. In this point, all that matters is clarity and stability. You grow less interested in escaping the human experience and more in totally embracing it. Dishwashing becomes sacrosanct. Breathing becomes medication. Silence becomes a buddy. You're no longer looking for awakening. You're already experiencing it. There is no drama in this stage. No highs or lows, just a constant, grounded sense that you are finally co-creating with life rather than pursuing it. And that, in itself, is the most powerful indication that your soul has progressed through all of the previous stages and is ready to lead. So, now that you've experienced all 6 stages, take a deep breath and focus on the one that resonated with your bones. Are you at the sensory destruction stage, when the world becomes louder and sharper, and your body adjusts to increased sensitivity? Are you at the identity interference stage, when you believe your old self is disappearing but your new self hasn't arrived? Are you experiencing energy resistance, in which your spirit desires progress, but your body pulls you back into old patterns? Are you trapped in an emotional echo, rehashing previous traumas and questioning whether you're truly healing? Or perhaps you're at the holy detachment stage, drifting away from the people, passions, and causes you previously held dear and finally learning how to sit with that gap. Then there's conscious involvement, that calm and physical present in which you no longer need to be anything more because you've discovered peace in simply being. Whatever stage you are in, understand this. There is no final level. Awakening does not involve climbing a ladder. It does not follow a linear pattern. It's in spirals. It loops. It deepens. You may return to previous stages. You may collapse at once. You may also feel as if you are regressing. But what you're actually doing is integrating. Do not pass judgment on your stage performance. Simply name it, because the instant you become aware of your surroundings and stop resisting, your awakening resumes. So, if this video provided you with clarity, confirmation, or a quiet moment of truth, press the subscribe button. This channel is not here to boost your ego. It is here to walk beside your spirit, one honest and grounded step at a time. You are awakened. You're not behind. You're exactly where you are supposed to be. And now you know where it is.